To communicate with a computer system, we are in need of operating system. To understand what is an operating system, you are welcome to Rain Computer, a nutrient of virtual life. An operating system is an interface between a computer user and computer hardware. There are various different types of operating system. There are some OS designed only for computer system like Linux, and there are operating systems which can be used both in your computer and other devices such as Windows, and there are operating systems which can only be used in your mobile devices such as Android. There are a number of operations carried out by the operating system such as controlling, supervising, error handling, security, computer log maintenance, and user interface. When coming to the control, it controls the operation of input, output, and the storage devices. Supervise the loading, running, and storage of application program. Error handling is carried out by dealing with the errors in the application program. Maintains the security of the whole computer system. The operating system maintains the details of computer usage also. User interface, in the sense it allows communication between the user and the communication system. User interface refers to the part of an operating system, program, or device that allows a user to enter and receive information. In other words, the point of human and computer interaction and communication in a device, we call it as a user interface. In short, it is the interaction between the human and the computer. The user interface is mainly classified as command line interface and graphical user interface. The command line interface are often number of commands to be typed in. For example, to save a file, I have to type in some commands. So the user need to learn commands to do the basic operations, which leads to slow operation or slow process. But the command line interface is a direct communication and not restricted to predefined or predetermined options. For example, when I need to look into a folder, what are all the contents of the file, I have to remember the command for it. Similarly, to open that folder, I need to remember the command again for that basic operation to carry it out. But whereas in graphical user interface, it is much easier. When coming to the graphical user interface, it can interact with the computer by selecting pictures or icons. Example, to open a file just by clicking icons, no need to type each time. It uses various technologies and devices to provide this interface. When speaking about technology, Windows icon, menu, and pointing devices are used for PCs. That is, mouse is used to control a cursor and icon selection. It allows multiple windows to be opened at the same time, and here the window manager manages the application and the windowing system. There are post-WIMP also, in which the devices such as touch screen allows actions such as pinching and rotating, which are difficult with a mouse. So the graphical user interface is much easier to use when compared to the command line interface. The main benefit of command line interface is it is a direct communication to the system. Let us look into the command line interface and graphical user interface advantages and disadvantages. In command line interface, direct communication is carried out with the computer, and there are no restrictions, that is, not restricted to predetermined options. And for the user it is possible to alter computer configuration settings. But there are some disadvantages, that is, the user needs to learn number of commands to carry out even the basic operations. Typing takes time and can be error prone. Each command should be in correct format and spellings. so it is difficult to edit the command also. Whereas in graphical user interface, no need to learn the command. It is user friendly. Icons are used to represent applications. A pointing device such as mouse is used to launch the application. But graphical interface also has some disadvantages. That is, it needs more computer memory than the command line interface. User is limited to the screen, and graphical user interface needs an operating system like Windows to operate, which use up considerable memory when compared to the command line interface. Hope you could understand the difference and the advantage and disadvantage of both the interface. Now, who are in need of the command line interface and the graphical user interface? A programmer, an analyst, or a technician to develop new softwares or to locate and remove errors or to initiate memory dumps. Those people are in need of command line interface. They need to learn these commands to work on this computer. But graphical user interface can be used by end user or a person who wants to run software or even to play games. So the command line interface are used by technicians, and the graphical user interface can be used by any end user. Hope you like this video. See you later.